What's up, everybody? We're back. It's been a little bit. We were off last week as peoples were away. Oh god, it's chaos already. They're already unhinged. We've been here for 2 fucking minutes. Welcome in,
How many
everyone.
assholes we got on the ship? Yo,
I'm surrounded by assholes. Great movie. Great movie. What's up, Boofa guy? I appreciate you won't be on for light watching the stream. Tired as hell. I appreciate you. You go ahead and have a little snooze. Get some rest in you. I mean, a good beauty rest goes a long way. I appreciate you swinging by at all.
Your boss is an asshole.
That do happen. The bosses do be assholes sometimes, and generally most of the time. Let's be honest here. So, there's nothing.
Makes 1,000. I make a buck. Go steal the catalytic converter off the company truck.
There you go. I love that. That's good. That's a good one. So,
new one.
Some new updates tomorrow. I will not be doing Starfield because Starfield fucked me, and I'm upset about it. I'm deeply, deeply upset about it. NG10 plus 10 run, beat the game 10 fucking times to get to that. Whole save file corrupted, wouldn't load in a damn thing. So, yeah, it was a bummer. Yeah, so like I reloaded, I lost like 400k,
click, click,
I lost all my
reload.
Money, I had to reboot the NG10 run, so I didn't lose everything, but I lost most of it. So I just decided to say screw it, and I modded in all of my money, so I have all my money and I have a bunch of guns. I'm like, we're no longer streaming. This is now for fun, fly around the universe and shoot people game, at least for the time being. So tomorrow, Ryan here is going to be, he's down this way actually. Ryan is going to be swinging by my place to get some IRL coach co-op gaming in. I'm very excited about it. Haven't done a stream like this before, so this is a brand new one, but we're gonna have the homie over. I think we're doing some Battle Block Theater. I don't know. We're gonna wake and bake. It's gonna be a whole adventure. I'm very excited. I got
Give it some
I got a 50 to 100 milligram edible in the fridge. It's a cookie.
I'm just getting off a flu, so it's gonna be great.
Oh, great! Get me sick. We love that. We love that.
I'm not communicable. It'll be fine.
Oh God, wear masks.
You're gonna watch 2 people sleeping on stream.
Yeah. Just the thing is with the cookie, it's like 50 to 100 milligrams, and you're like, that's a pretty big gap. Like it's made from a batch of dough, so there's no guarantees. But like, that's a pretty big jump. You know what I'm saying?
You might be high. You might see Jesus.
Yeah, it's not a lot of fucking middle ground there, and I'm a little. I'm not fucking super keen on it. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see what happens. It's gonna be great. I'm very excited. I expect that around 1 o'clock, barring any light tech issues we have to fix along the way. I don't foresee it being a problem. Might just have to do some camera adjusting, but for the most part, should be pretty easy.
Your eyes will be as red as your light bar behind you.
Very lucky they can't see the light bar. It's red as fuck. We do have some Christmas decorating coming up. I'm very excited. Only like 10 or 11 days away until I can throw the decorations up, start the Christmas streams. But before that, this upcoming Sunday, I will be donning the inflatable Patrick Star costume to play Battle for Bikini Bottom here on stream Sunday afternoon this week. Should be fun. So be sure to be there. I'm gonna announce.
Mayonnaise an instrument.
Oh God! I'm going to announce a time.
No, Patrick, mayonnaise is not an instrument.
I hate it. I'm going to announce a time later in the week, and I'll keep you guys posted about when that is going down. It is going to be Sunday afternoon. I just need to figure out how the schedule is going to work out. Other than that, we got a couple really fun guests lined up for the D&D games for the upcoming future here. I'm really looking forward to having some new people on just to pop in as a little guest role. Other than that, Peter, you want to give people the spiel? What have you got going on over at the Fire Mission Battery over there?
Well, as always, it's the holiday season. It's getting busy as fuck, and as like you said about holiday stuff, we've currently blowing through some D&D themed ornaments as a sneak peek.
God, I love them.
Of a mimic and another version of the ball mimic.
Oh God, it's so creepy.
Always working tough. Just finished an order. Just waiting to paint it now.
That's cool. Like, I want that. Is there a top half that like?
No, it's just like a jaw cloud.
That's so cool.
I
love it.
And there's a couple different varieties. But yeah, always doing different things. Just check out the Instagram.
That 100%.
I gotta get on it a bit better.
Next D&D characters wearing that face piece for sure. For sure. Maybe for the Christmas one shot, which we do have planned coming up very soon as well. Sometime in the Christmas season, we're gonna be doing another holiday one shot, possibly a part 2 for the one we did last year. Perhaps a sequel, if you will. Maybe even a prequel. Who knows? We'll see.
What if we all got masks printed for our characters in the next campaign and then had them for the intro?
Oh god!
So
Can you imagine how hot that would be?
So sick.
Yeah, that would be.
Oh, just
cool.
not to wear like the whole time, but just to.
If you know someone who is capable of
introduce
doing
your
a
character.
full 3D rendering of our character face, I'm down. Like I'll pay to get that done. But Peter's gonna have a lot of work. Peter, get to work, buddy. Get to work. You're printing over there. You got you got a job to do, buddy. Yeah, no, let's not.
Just gonna
overlook.
learn how
That's
to
a cool
3D
idea,
render BRB.
We have a lot of cool stuff coming for the upcoming campaign as well. We have some fun things planned for this one, such as for the ending, Peter and Fire Mission Battery are going to be giving away something very special and D&D related. We haven't actually settled on what yet, but we have a lot of cool ideas and a lot of potential stuff that could be coming your way. So we're going to do a fun giveaway to end out the campaign in a couple months here when things start to wrap up. I do believe, however, that is about it for today. We are down Mr. Maker yet again. He's out of town getting ready for ye old American Thanksgiving coming up, I think, this weekend. So he's got a busy week. He's chilling with the fam and stuff. I don't, Thanksgiving's always a fun time being around the family folks. Could be good, could be bad. You never know. Kitty, we are happy to have Chris back, returning from his long absence from the street. We love that. Gonna be away for 3 months. Away, never. Didn't miss a single game.
Don't you ever toy with my heart again like that again.
Fucking play with us like that. Tease. Anyway, so currently we're gonna be back to a full party soon, starting next week. I'm looking forward to it. So I do believe that is all we had to cover for that. So without any further rambling on here, let's get into a little recap. Last we left off, the party, having recently survived their run-in with a, it's a relatively small, not at all major, tropical storm that blew in off the southern oceans there. It's no big deal, nothing major, just gale force winds, some rogue waves, and lightning and thunder. You guys successfully managed to avoid that, waited out the bulk of the storm, and decided to turn back around and return to the location of the wrecked ship that you had found the day before, or previously before the storm started. You returned, at which point the captain made fairly quick work of the previous captain of that ship, not wanting him to give away any of your identities, as you were about to rob a substantial sum of gold from the Magus Imperium. The party, along with some reluctant help from Mantuka on board, handling the pulleys, made a deep dive into the ocean below, where they found the what remained of the Squall Strider, a very, very high-end Imperium merchant ship that had gone down during one of the previous storms and sunk to the bottom, with its complete treasure hold intact. You found a strange merfolk companion down there, someone who was kind of rummaging around through the wreckage looking for goods. Didn't immediately attack you guys as you pulled up, and a brief conversation was had between him and your captain, Silvos Lightbreeze, at which point you were all interrupted by a squad of much less friendly merfolk types, though deeply corrupted by some kind of otherworldly magic, arrived with a pair of very large sharks to return to the wreckage and deal with whatever had drawn so much attention to it. Stanislav choosing to cast daylight and then swim into a dark ocean was being a bit of a part of that. However, without much issue, you all made some quick work of the sharks with some help from Mantuka, who dove in on a moment's notice to back his party up. You all quickly dispatched your opponents with some help from some clever beast shaping from Gregory and Captain Silvos, turning himself into a very large whale. At which point the lot of you, we finished the fight, remained mostly unscathed, apart from your merfolk companion, who did have a rather large chunk bitten out of his tail by a shark. But we pick up there as you guys are still just submerged under the water. Silvos quickly turns back and drops his beast shape and turns back into the familiar form of the Triton sea captain that you had grown so familiar with. What would you all like to do?
Stani will first remember that his new friend has been bitten, and is going to swim right on over to him.
I do believe you lay on hands to him a bit last session.
I don't think we quite got to that,
okay,
but
fair.
I was like gonna go do that immediately.
Thank you for the work, Lurk Aves. Appreciate you. Okay, cool. So you go ahead and heal him up. It was a big bite. But like it takes about 11 points to heal up if you're going to use your lay on hands.
Okay.
Otherwise, just standard healing word probably do the trick. The bleeding quickly subsides, and what remains of the fin kind of heals over. Though there is a large piece of the tail fin that will probably either have to grow back or remain missing for the rest of his life. But the wound itself is healed, and he kind of calmly takes in everything that just happened, the shock of a giant corrupted shark taking a chunk out of his lower half, kind of still fresh on his face. He's kind of back up against the back of the ship, still eyeing you cautiously as you take a moment to heal up his tail. He's not saying anything to you at the moment. He's kind of just holding back and looking at you fearfully, but not acting aggressively in any way.
It's all right. I'm not going to hurt you.
He speaks at you in a kind of a very broken common. You get he knows the language, but you get it's something he doesn't speak all that often. They did. They already took it. It's gone. And he kind of uses his tail to gesture and push over that silver chest that you had detected before that's already open, this kind of blue silk suede cushion on the inside with a circular indent, now empty. They took it.
Do you know where they took it?
Back to their home, most likely.
Looking in the container thing, is there a pretty clear outline of what he's after?
Oh yeah, no, it's a silver chest, about yay big, yay wide. Almost square as opposed to a rectangle, and there's just a blue cushion made of very nice suede, and there in the middle of it there's an indent of about yay wide that looks like something spherical had sat in it for a very long time. It is worn down into the cushion, just this very large spot. No real indication of what it might have been beforehand, just that this individual is very concerned that it has been taken.
Can you, if I say that I can help you find it, could you describe it to me? What it is that you're looking for?
We cannot go. They have too many. Too many. It is lost.
Nothing is ever lost, my friend.
He looks behind you, kind of taking in your small group and seeing Mantuka the Minotaur kind of just floating in the water outside. Your group's small. They number thousands. They are too many. It is theirs now. He looks to the treasure that's hasn't been loaded up by you guys. Take your treasure. Stay away from the seas. They aren't safe anymore. You see him kind of quickly go around and gather back, start gathering some very simple weapons that had gone down in the storage hold in the armory of the ship. And just begins kind of putting them into the bag he's wearing on his back in awkward angles until he's swimming with a fairly heavy bag of steel. You got an advantage from Kayla. Welcome back, she says.
Oh!
There you go, Stan.
She didn't go anywhere.
He didn't end up actually going anywhere. But
just get the sympathy. Just get the sympathy, and you didn't actually do anything.
It was really burdensome having to be the tank of the party and not be able to be here for so long. And let my friends down, so it feels really good to be back.
Yeah, it's so good to have you back. I'm legit though. I'm so happy you can. You're
such
us.
a bag of shit. You're absolutely. I would fucking murder you, you piece of shit.
It's so good to have you back. You're a piece of shit.
That's a clip. that's locked in. That's locked in. What's up, Tro? Out of work in time. Yeah, we're
Peter,
just
tell me
started.
how you really feel.
Oh my god, I'm dying. That was amazing.
That was my edited one. You know what you want. You want the full. No one wants the full man.
I'm so happy to have my whole party.
Give me the
back.
BMQ chew out.
We just need Hells here to really complete the ensemble. This is amazing. So,
Don't stoke that devil.
he just after a while, this merfolk gathers enough weapons. I must go. I must warn my people. Heed my warning. Stay out of the sea. And with a quick flick of his now amputated tail, which is an entire half missing off the bottom tail fin, kind of awkwardly begins swimming away and acclimating to the new way. He kind of has to swim without that piece on there, but eventually you see him kind of just vanish off into the crevice below in the opposite direction from where you saw the marrow coming from. After a while, he just vanishes. Silvos, after a while, kind of swims over to you. We have to hurry. They might come back.
All right.
Grab what you can.
Yeah, Stanny's going to start just loading up Mr. Maker's...
Get you on the boat!
Yeah, just shoveling into the fanny pack of holding.
Yep.
Mantuka starts swimming up. They immediately hand you a rope as you get on to pull yourself up with. They didn't put the ladders down or anything for anybody. They just essentially bulls do not swim. As you get to the top, they quickly get you back into a line on one of the pulley systems to start lugging up more treasure as you do so. So just for the sake of brevity, I'm gonna have Mantuka go ahead and make me an athletics check, and then both Stanislav, there we go, I can talk, Stanislav and Gregory to make me athletics checks as well, just to try and maneuver all this heavy treasure underwater. Or you can do a survival if you prefer, to try and make sure the knots are secured on lifting them up to the surface. Gregory, I know you are a shark, so do with that information what you will.
I think I'll do a lot of like.
I tell him to like
Swallowing.
help lift the weight of the heavier chests with your face so that it's easier to pull
a
up.
lot of lugging, a lot of just tie me to something and let me go.
That's good. Okay, so collectively, I will say, guys managed to haul out all the treasure. Let's just see how Gregory does on this last chest. As you guys are getting the last of the chest up, Gregory runs over and starts to lug one of the heavier ones up. Yeah, hey.
Can you free Willy over the boat and then transform?
He can certainly try. Okay, so strength. All right, it's not the best, and it's a bit of an awkward swim with this large wooden chest in your mouth as you just awkwardly make your way up to the surface. It is a little slower because your move speed is a little reduced, but you are gradually making your way up there, and eventually you do emerge at the top as the rest of the treasure is being hauled out by Mantuka. Stanislav, as you break the surface as well. You can get on that and help. Does anyone want to do anything under the water while we're still down there before all that happens? Or are we just heading up to the surface?
I think I had previously cast Detect Magic and nothing came up, so not to worry about that.
Okay, cool. No worries. You all resurface and you see the shark just break the water with a massive chest in its mouth. So I'm going to have to haul that up unless you're trying to jump it onto the boat. That's up to you. Okay.
Daniel, go over.
Pretty cool if he could.
It would be cool. I'm just saying.
Pretty cool if you did.
It'd be pretty cool.
I mean, I gotta give it a shot, you know. Greg's gonna kind of like bob up for a second, and then he just goes down. He's gonna do like a loop and then try and spin up and go up.
Okay. It's an athletics check to do that, obviously, or I'll say acrobatics if you prefer. I don't think a shark has particularly good dex, but I could be wrong.
Would you allow Mantuka to yell supportive phrases and potentially give him advantage to this check? Like,
yeah, what's the supportive?
Do it.
You gonna
Use more fin.
roll me a persuasion or intimidation.
Oh fuck! Mine are both bad. Probably persuasion. Yeah, they're both 0, but yeah, persuasion, mother ever. Yeah, it's 5.
Okay.
I get it. You don't have to say anything. I get it, DM.
He's a
I
shark.
should have paused myself here.
Positive words can do a lot. They are very uplifting. I don't know if they.
You know what? Praise Mogus. I'm still fucking doing it like I am talking
just
to this
screaming.
fucking shark.
You hear the words of encouragement as you, with all of the speed you have, try to breach like a great white shark, just making your way out of the ocean and kind of up over the ship. Unfortunately, you don't get the height you were quite hoping for, and you get like halfway onto the deck as the top half of you just flops on over the railing. The chest hits the deck and kind of spills open as it breaks from the impact, and then the rest of you starts to just slowly slide back off the side of the boat towards the water.
I'm gonna push him back into the water.
Okay, after a while, just sploosh, there's a big splash as Greg Shark returns to the waters from whence he came.
And after I bob up back up, there's a large splash, but then just... The hell? How do I turn this off? There we go. I tried. That's all that matters.
That was a pretty good one.
Thank you.
Solid six.
Yes.
Solid six.
Silvo swims up,
Respectable.
pulls himself out of the water. You need a little bit more of a running start on that one. You might have had it. Try harder next time. You got it.
Yeah, I did like a shark circle with the sharks earlier. I thought I could turn... Yeah, that was a one-time thing.
It seems like that was a one-time accidental
One-time
gods
thing.
overlooked the rules of the universe type deal.
Yeah. One time. What a good time that was, though.
Just absolutely forgot how D&D
He gets
works.
a lot of one-times with the shark shenanigans.
Hey, you know what? Fuck you, Peter. Let him live his best shark life.
Shark god!
I love the shark.
I
love
have a disposition towards sharks. I love sharks. They're dope.
Dan, Mantuka,
He kind of gives you
Uppies.
a uppies.
uppies.
I'm gonna grab one of the ropes and toss down to him and uppies.
Look, thank you.
Just pull the rope. You guys all find yourself once again on board the deck of the Current. The small but well equipped. It's not quite a merchant ship. It's more of a smuggler ship, but you know, 6 one, half dozen of the other kind of deal. What's up, Stanley?
So now that we're all kind of gathered on the deck, this whole thing being mostly done, I'm gonna now unload the fanny pack of holding of all of the gold.
Yeah, at the chest that the shark brought in already kind of broke open and spilled out over the deck. You see gold coins all over the place.
Put everything next to that.
You pull the fanny pack of holding and start shoveling handfuls of gold out into it, just one by one until you're certain there's not a penny left in there. Mr. Maker, of course, being smart enough to take his own money out of it first before giving it to you. Of course.
Stanislav was also thinking shipwreck gold.
Yeah.
And shipwreck treasure as he was removing it.
So the one chest that you saw broke open was just full of gold. No idea on what the count is on that per se. You have another 3 large chests remaining, 4 small, and that is it, I believe. Yes. Yeah. Some are open, like the ones you have open are open. The others are still firmly locked, but you can tell after being underwater for a few days, the woods kind of be waterlogged. They're not really holding up the greatest. What are you guys gonna do here? You just have a pile of loot on board. There's some clothing, there's some potions all mixed into it too, and there's just chest upon chest. What's the plan?
Stanislav kind of looks at this. Well, I definitely can't count that high.
I can get kind of close, but I have a feeling, looking over at Fap, that there might be something you can help me want to count this with me.
You see Goldtooth just step up, put a hand on Fap's shoulder, and push him back. I think I'll handle it, mate.
Oh. Can I
Seems
help?
fitting.
No, you
Is
and...
this a you thing?
He points to saying, yeah, you and me.
Okay, cool.
Not letting him touch a penny.
Oh. Really? I look over at him.
You see Fap just, like, greedily clicking his fingers together as he's looking at the piles of gold.
You know what? That's on me. I shouldn't have thought of you as like an abacus. That was close-minded. Learning every day.
Oh,
I'll start pulling things.
more than I didn't trust him not to steal it.
Yeah, no, I kind of just thought he would be, like a tool, and that's not what he is, and...
Well, he is a tool. And he just goes over and starts counting, pulls out some thieves' tools and quickly starts just picking some of the locks on the things. While he's working on one right now. There's like another 3. Are you guys doing anything to assist with the locks, Gregory, or anyone else?
I'm gonna start putting everything in piles of 10.
Piles of 10. Oh God. Oh no. Okay.
Little piles of 10, and then what do I do here now? I open up the box, and a little tree grows out of my hair, and as I'm counting, every time I count 10, a little flower, just a tiny little like poppy, just pops up on the top, and it encircles it, so they're all like kind of wrapped.
You're making
druid crafting little
coin rolls.
Yeah, you druid crafted coin rollers.
Yep.
The way your mind
Cannon
uses
coin rollers
magic
are
is truly beautiful to me. It really is.
Thank you.
You see Mr. Maker
Touch
look
the
at that
tism
for
in
a
there.
second and like raise his eyebrow as he looks at you making coin rollers for the first time in the history of this world. $1 million idea alert. I'm gonna discuss that with him later.
10.
Okay, so while you're
10.
doing stacks, Goldtooth quickly goes about picking the locks on these. A couple of them, he goes over one by one, just banging these out. He's doing fine, and he's doing fine. Last one. Oh, so the last chest, you notice it's a little nicer than the others. The wood is of a nicer quality. It appears properly sealed, so it hasn't been damaged by the water. The lock on it is a polished steel. It is very nicely made. It's a little bit more intricate, and Goldtooth is just struggling. He can't seem to get the lock open on this one.
I'll come over to him and oh, go ahead, Matuka.
I would like to go walk up to him where he's struggling with this lock.
Yeah, he's like, come on, you
Grab him by the shoulders,
Mhm.
slide him back, and take my halberd and smash the lock.
That's a good idea.
Or attempt to.
Much better idea. He steps back a few feet as you step in. Go ahead and roll me an attack with your halberd against this lock. Or are you attacking are you trying to break the chest? Are you trying to break the lock?
I'm just thinking of like taking the end of the halberd and smashing down.
Okay, go ahead and make me an attack roll. Thank you for shouting out, Curb. I appreciate it.
22.
20. Yeah, go ahead and roll your damage. That definitely hits the AC of a lock.
I'm not raging, so it's 15 damage.
Okay, you step forward and you kind of take the halberd and you jam it down, try to break it on the first strike, and you can't quite get it. So you take the point, like the very tip of the halberd, and kind of wedge it in between the chest and the lock. Just pry down on it until you hear the metal start to creak and just pop as you break the lock open. It was more than enough damage to break the lock. And
Nice.
it just hangs open now, kind of uselessly from one end of the lock. Goldtooth kind of leans in and slides the lock open. Kind of gestures for you to do the honors, open the chest that you managed to get the lock off of, Mantuka.
No. Put my share. And then I just go help with the ship.
No. Well, he's no fun at all. Hey, what's up, Citrus? Thank you for the lyric, buddy. So he just
He's his own brand of fun.
quickly looks up at you guys. This is my favorite part. And he opens this chest, and inside you see stacks and stacks of platinum and gold and silver, all just stacked neatly on top of each other. And you see Goldtooth just staring down at, my. And like as he smiles, the sun kind of glints off his golden diamond-studded tooth.
What was that?
The captain's just kind of standing there with his arms crossed and then biting his lip. They're all just taking in the moment. You hear Fap's little metal fingers just clinking together as he's just staring at this gold. You counting stacks. The captain at a certain point, he's like, well, that's, gotta say, that's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. If we sit here and...
me.
Holy crap.
Why don't we get some extra hands on that? And while we can, we make sail, because if we sit here counting all day, we'll be here for the next week. How's that sound? You lot count this. I'll have my men handle the ship.
Gotcha. I'm afraid to touch it.
He kind of like walks over to the helm. Get to it, lads! And immediately his crew, already knowing what to do, falls into each of their positions and starts readying the ship to go. Mantuka, you can assist with that if you want. Otherwise, you guys are counting,
100%.
counting gold. Okay, go ahead and roll me athletics check as you guys are just hauling up the sails. If very standard. I would also say roll me just a straight just a straight charisma roll. Just straight up.
Straight charisma?
Yep.
Oh, that's fucking disheartening.
Just
there we go.
Nice.
There's the standard 5.
I mean, it's a +0. It's a 1 in 20 to see what you can get, right? So the athletics check is being fine. But as you kind of like are pulling it, you notice a lot of the crew are like half-assing it and like staring over at the piles of gold that are being unearthed, and you're like trying to like get them to pull their weight a little more, and they're not. So by the end of it, you're just basically handling it by yourself. That's up to you. With that roll, though, as you kind of try and pep them up, you notice no one's really paying attention. If you want to do more, be my guest. That was you initially taking the lead. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, fuck.
What do you want to do?
Like, let's go to fucking town. I don't think I got a whip, but I should have something.
Just starts whipping the crew.
I'm just gonna start poking my halberd, like fucking pointing at. Hey, fuck.
Roll me an intimidation, but use your strength modifier.
Thank God, because my intimidation is fucking
you are being
bullshit.
You're being physically imposing at this point. Like, if you want on your D&D Beyond sheet, I'll just let you add your strength modifier to your fucking intimidation bonus from here on out. Just add that on there so you don't have to worry, because you're physically imposing enough.
Oh my God, I'm amazing. I'm a specimen.
It's going with the first roll of 23. You kind of start jabbing at people with like you're poking them with the pointy end of the halberd, not enough to do any damage, but enough to just like get them in line. They all kind of focus up as they do so, and all begin hauling up the ropes together.
Let's fucking go! She's not gonna fucking sail itself. As
you're doing it, you look up and you see the captain nodding down at you, and just a smile ear to ear on his face as he's just
like even one of these. Don't fuck around.
He gives
take the helm again.
He gives you just a thumbs up and then goes back to turning the ship back towards the destination. He's like, right, lads.
I will fucking cut everyone because we're all enemies because everyone wants our fucking money.
To Pillowstone.
Cut everyone.
To Pillowstone, lads. And he sets sail. So all together, you guys spend the good part of the rest of the day counting all of that money. All collectively in there, not counting the money yet, you find a gem case containing about 300 gold of assorted gems of low to medium value. I have a whole list of this, so I will just send you the copy paste, and don't have to worry about writing this down. It is substantial. This isn't your cut, this is the total thing. But do with that information what you will.
Of which we get half.
2 diamonds worth a total of 1,000 gold pieces. 3 black opals worth 500 gold pieces total. Not each, total. 2 potions of healing, 2 potions of greater healing, a potion of indeterminate quality. No idea what it is, but it's kind of a shimmery silver color. Kind of like shimmers as you twist it, almost like you put like glimmer dust in something.
Unicorn cum.
You did haul up the empty chest with the blue cushion inside, now revealing like just the empty cushion there. You find a variety of trinkets ranging from any assorted gold values, which I will send you as well, because there's a bunch in there. And then in total, just in gold, you find 100 platinum pieces. You find 4,494 gold pieces. And 2,000 silver. And then counting the chest you found the previous day, you found 2 chests with 250 gold pieces each in those, so that's another 500 on top of that, as well as the spell scrolls, which you'll have to determine later. So there's just an inordinate amount of money and goods sitting on the deck. The trinkets are all different types of clothing, kind of like light like diadems and other tiaras similar to what you see on Mantuka. They're not necessarily magical, just very similar in beauty and design. And like even now, as the crew is sailing the ship and all handling their stations, every single time someone is walking past this stack of money, they are just staring and just can't.
And I will stab them and poke them.
Can't seem to take their eyes off it. After a while, you see the captain kind of gesture to Goldtooth to come take the wheel, and the captain comes over to you all. That's a lot of money.
I mean, it's more money than most people would be able to spend in 10 lifetimes.
You haven't seen my men spend money. And he's kind of looking around at some of the more shifty-eyed members of his crew. Let's get it packed up and brought down to my cabins so we can divvy it up there. Make sure everyone gets a fair cut. Feels wrong taking half, knowing that there's an entire group of people at the sanctuary who are in need, so perhaps we figure out a way to cut them in on this as well. As you said, this is more money than most people could spend in a lifetime. But a budding rebellion, well, that could spend that amount in a week or two, really.
That's true.
I'll be honest with you, I was planning on giving all of my share directly into the rebellion.
That's very giving of you.
I was gonna send some money to my dad.
Noble. Whatever you plan to do with it, let's get it below deck so we can discuss this with less curious eyes around.
Alright.
You lot handle that. I'll be down in a few moments. And he kind of goes about the crew and kind of begins talking to a few people who come over and stand close to the gold, kind of loosely guarding it from any other members of the crew who might try to sneak a handful or anything while you guys might be distracted putting it all away. But by the time you get it all back in the chests, the sun has begun to set for the evening. It took a long time to get all that done, all the sailing today. And as you get the last chest loaded up, the captain kind of comes down, closes the door behind him. So, there's quite a bit there. Any thoughts how you'd like to split it up? Yes.
Safety first. And I go, like, I assume he's standing, like, pretty much coming in the door and standing right there. I'm going to move him from the entryway of the door. I'm going to take off one of my bandolier bear traps. I'm going
he sees Isaac curiously, like, what is that?
I'm going to activate it, and then I put it on the floor in front of the door and say, okay, now we talk.
Effective, I suppose. He walks around the back of his table, which is kind of tucked in the corner. He doesn't have a lot of space down here. It's not a particularly big cabin here. I can actually pull it up.
Well, we made a deal, and as far as I can, it still stands.
So you guys would be in this back room over here. So you're kind of sitting in this chair, just tucked into the back corner with the one single circular window up behind him. Well, I'd like to see my crew get their fair share, of course, but as I said, this amount of money can do a lot of good in the right hands. I don't think you should give all of your share away. But noble of you to consider it.
Daddy's gonna get some gauntlet, bitches!
Yes, upgrades are expensive, especially during times of war. I'm okay with taking a third, if that's alright with you.
Well, that's very, very generous of you. If you're alright with that, then I mean, I'll speak for myself. That's very gracious of you.
What remains, well, a lot of you can choose how to divvy up how you see fit, but, well, you know where my thoughts lie. I won't be coming ashore with you when we reach the sanctuary. I have business elsewhere that I must attend to, so that'll be where we say goodbye. I do believe we have a quick pit stop in Pillarstone that we must make beforehand, but I do believe I can handle that on my own, if you prefer.
We were going to be hiding in the bows of the ship anyways. It would probably be better if we weren't even there in the first place.
Probably safer to drop you off first then. Good.
Prying eyes and whatnot.
Well, I would say it's been a pleasure having you all aboard, and while your company certainly has been entertaining, you lot bring trouble everywhere you seem to go. So, it is...
And money. As I pat one of the many chests in the room.
And money, some of which, of course, I will have to send to the families of the crew members who were slaughtered. As he just takes a moment to, like, let that bead sink in for a second. Little low blow. You can tell he's, like, a little bitter about losing several of his closest crew members to a gang of assassins, but he...
Salt water in the lungs, sorry.
He laughs it off.
Fantastic for me either.
Yeah, no shit. You can tell he was kind of trying to make light of a lighthearted situation and just let go of some of the negative energy he's feeling.
Too soon, buddy. Too soon.
Well, if you need me,
Douche canoe.
if you need me, I will be around. I will be available. I do believe the people at the sanctuary know how to get in touch, and if all goes well, I'll be back in a few weeks. Should be there in a couple hours, so just prepare what you need before you leave, get your share of the gold all counted out, and I'll let you know when we're arriving.
One more thing to ask you.
What?
When this all goes down, can we count on your help and support?
Of course. I'm no friend to the Imperium. I'm happy to take their money when it's offered, but happy to take anyone else's as well, and frankly more than happy to rob them. So yes, you can count on me. But if all goes well, I will not be coming back alone. The Imperium has lots of enemies, and, well, we aim to capitalize on that.
Very good.
Be safe. Get packed up. We won't be long. And he kind of makes his way to the door, he looks at the bear trap as he does, leans over it, opens the door, and takes like a really exaggerated, looks at you, Mantuka, and takes a really exaggerated step over it and just makes his way out of the room.
I walk over. I just
can I see?
And shut up. And I reattach it to my. That's all I wanted to say. That is all I wanted to say.
Reattach it to your belt.
Hoping for a demonstration.
That's why we're fighting. That's why we're fighting, Chris.
I hate it when my dads fight.
Oh no. Yeah, so all collectively we'll divvy up
a broken home.
We'll divvy up what your actual 2/3 is of all that after we've finished the stream and everything. I think altogether there was 5,000 gold pieces total with the 2 sets of chests you brought up over 2 days. So
and then 100 platinum and 2,000 silver.
Yeah.
6,200.
Yep. 6,200 gold.
I am
So
legit envisioning 2 infinity gauntlets and the little jewels on my horns. Just
bedazzled.
Thanos.
You want to bedazzle yourself, dude? I love it.
Thanos.
Tuka dazzles.
Thanos. And then some I don't know, some metallic shard cap for the top of my horns.
What you guys do with your money?
4,100 gold.
Yeah, that's the easiest split.
For us.
So 4,100 gold, plus you guys get all the belongings and trinkets and gems, which is a very big cut as well. He just wants a cut of the gold itself.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a substantial amount of money. You guys decide what you want to do with that. So you have, if there's anything you guys would like to do on the ship while you're here, anyone you'd like to talk to, say your goodbyes to, now is your chance, as you got an hour and a half or so before you guys are pulling up.
Oh,
so
I say goodbye to Fap.
Oh, okay. You go up to Fap. You kind of find him eagerly just standing, kind of looking, trying to get a glance into the captain's room where all the gold is. He sees Mantuka take the trap up and kind of just puts his head down, frustrated a little bit. You kind of walk over to him. What do you say?
There's really no words that can explain what this experience has done for me. Getting to know you, and I feel like I've learned a lot. And I look over at Mr. Maker and AI, and I just kind of...
You and UI?
I feel like I'm kind of becoming more of who I'm meant to be. Anyway, listen, if you ever want to, look us up, I don't know if you can do that.
I know where to find you. Don't worry.
I'm gonna need you to elaborate on that because I'm slightly unnerved.
We're dropping you off.
Wait, you know what? If it's meant to be, it'll be. And I go to try and like tap his head, and I go for his shoulder, and then I just hug him.
He kind of like puts his arms around you. I don't have his character sheet real quick, but what's your passive perception?
Yes. 14.
Okay, with his bonuses. He beats it. So he's just gonna reach into one of your pockets and just take out a couple gold pieces as he hugs you. He just reaches into your back pocket. So take two gold pieces off your sheet.
That is
Nice.
so funny because as I pull, before this even happened, I wanted to do this. I
You're
pull
gonna-
back and I go, I saw you eyeing the pot. Listen, I take out one of the stacks of platinum and I pull out 3 and I just give it to him. This is from my share. This is for you.
Thank you. I'll put it to good use.
I bet you will.
Oh.
You're a great little guy, Fap.
He puts out his other hand that wasn't around your back to grab the coins, as he does, and then like puts it in his other hand. And you hear a very audible metallic clinking sound as he does so. It was nice to meet you.
He's like a piggy bank. You too, buddy. See you soon.
You watch as Fap drops 3 platinum and 2 gold coins into a small slot in the top of his head. It's canon. Sorry, JT. Sorry,
Amazing.
JT. It's canon now. You hear them kind of wrangle
Amazing.
down like a Plinko machine as he does.
It's a sorter.
It's like it plays a song as it does, kind of thing. Thank
I
you.
love that little freak. I can't wait to meet him again.
He'll be back. He says his goodbyes to you as well. Anyone else? Anyone else want to do anything on the ship?
I'm legit just guarding the money.
Okay. Easily.
Thieves.
Yeah.
Easily.
Stanley will
done.
just kind of go around to people on the ship and thank them and say, if he feels like it, say like a word for kind of the people that fell.
Okay. Yeah. The only one alive that you had met previously, other than the captain and Goldtooth, would be the cook, who was not involved in the fighting either. The doctor, of course, passed away, as did the night watchman. Quartermaster's still alive. JT! Perfect timing!
There's my little freak.
Oh no.
Oh, you know what?
Ryan said a very heartfelt goodbye to Fap, and then we turned you into a piggy bank. Congratulations.
I hugged you. You stole from me, and then I gave you money.
Yeah, you also stole 2 gold from Ryan's pockets while he was hugging you goodbye. I figured that was appropriate for your character.
I love you, my little freak, you piggy bank friend.
Which you then put into a hole in your head. So, congratulations.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Danny remembers that he has a whole bunch of like still in really good condition, like dried meat,
Mm-hmm.
like cured smoked meat that from that deer.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna give it to the ship so they can have a little bit of variety.
Okay. The chef kind of takes it. Oh, thank you. You didn't have to do that. She kind of grabs it and starts putting
Bull
it in some
tax.
storage. Bull tax.
I give Mantuk a couple pieces too.
There you go. There you go.
Yep.
Thank you.
Well, it'll be nice to have some variety on the sea.
I've got
This horse.
got something for you. She kind of bends over and reaches under the thing and pulls out what looks like just a metal container with a twist off top. Kind of just like a standard.
Fucking thermos.
It's basically a thermos, yeah, but it's like you can tell it's just been like very nicely forged. And she scoops some of the seafood chowder that she had made for the crew into it and closes it. She holds it out to you. Stay warm the whole time it's in there.
Amazing, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Enjoy.
So helpful.
Well, until we meet again.
Till we meet again. Mantuka, you just guard that treasure with your life, and at about the hour and a half mark, you hear the captain yell to drop the anchor and everything, and you feel the ship lurching to a halt as it does so. And as you guys kind of come out onto the top deck, you catch the sun now at this point has just faded beyond the horizon. There's like just a faint orange glow just barely peeking over the western edge of the world. And as you kind of look out on the ship, you see the bay that you just sailed in is just being illuminated from the light that comes from Pillarstone further north up the coast. It's still quite a ways from where you guys are now, but bright enough in a large enough city to illuminate most of the bay as the light kind of reflects off the cliff sides. And then you kind of look and you see that small crevice in the cliffside where your sanctuary, your home, where you guys have been laying and making your place for the last little bit. There, the captain at this point is already standing by the rowboat, waiting for you guys to enter, and you begin lugging your chests and chests of gold up onto the to the deck. Oh, damn, you get 1,025. That's if you're not cutting in any for the rebellion.
Just add that for now, and then plan on
That's up to
doing what you want with it later.
That's up to you guys. It's like you guys have to make a choice here. My question would be, how are you hiding all this money from them if you're not splitting it in on them? That would
I'm
be
going
the one
to.
thing. Okay.
Oh, I got the box.
Everyone take 500, and then we give him whatever, and then
Yeah.
That's probably the best way, Chris. You can handle the math side of that as you all lug yourselves
Stanislav
into the
basically
boat.
forces Mr. Maker to give his half.
Fair. Yeah, so I will add 500 to
Okay.
Mr. Maker now, and then you guys can deal with selling.
525.
525. Okay. And that
It's
leaves
1,025 each.
Okay. I will add
So then
that
there's 2K left over.
Damn, dude. I will
Fuck
add
yeah.
that to Mr. Maker now. Just 1 second.
I'll add 468 to mine. Thanks,
Yep.
JTB.
Yep, you did.
You just oh, that JT robbed you. He wasn't even here.
Worth
and-
every
400 for
penny.
me, 100
Love you,
for
buddy.
Steel.
How much did you say everyone's getting in gold? It was
1,025 each if you divide it by 4. But then we're gonna do 525 each and
Okay.
put 2,000 towards
Cool.
that.
Sounds good.
For the party, I'll put the 2K just in my other possessions.
Sure. Sounds good. You guys get that all loaded up onto the rowboat, and I'll climb in yourselves, kind of on the more unsteady platform or the boat in the sea. The dwarven individual at this point, who you've all become quite familiar with, begins rowing you towards the crevice silently, just kind of taking in the night air, listening to the waves kind of slap up against the cliff as they break. He makes his way in, kind of like you see him tense a little as he's coming up to that thin crack as the current kind of pulls him in a little as it funnels its way into this crevice. But he manages to navigate it just fine. Actually, you know what? Let's just for fun.
Stanislav will be like, "You'll be fine, my friend." I pat him on the shoulder and give him guidance.
That's good. D4. Okay, bare minimum. So as he's coming in, there's a moment where one of the paddles just brushes against the side of the cliff, and you're worried he might break, but he manages to pull it in just in time, and then continues rowing. And eventually, you guys find your way to that small rocky outcrop where these rowboats can dock, and then you see that
Nice.
carved into the sandstone kind of winding staircase that leads up to the sanctuary. As you make your way up, the gold is going to be an issue. I can tell you that.
I got the box.
Right now. Yeah, how
could I
much
put-
room is there in the box? Because that's a lot of
500
gold. There is
square feet.
there is a weight limit
Cubic feet?
to the bag of holding, and there's
what is
already like an entire armada worth of weapons and shit in there.
Could I have taken the fancy box with the broken lock for 2,000 of the gold?
Yeah, like you guys definitely have them in chests and stuff, but you're gonna have to like lug them up all these stairs and everything. But
I tried to bribe somebody with that armor and equipment once, so that's freed up a
Brad
little
as well.
room.
There you go. That's true.
What is the parameters? 500 pounds, and I've currently got.
So many pounds. There's so much gold.
I got 110 pounds in there right now.
Okay.
So I got about 390. Is that right?
I think.
What's D&D's rules about how much gold weighs?
It should tell you how much on your character sheet. I think you're probably fine, but like it's just a matter of lugging all these chests up. So as you row in, you begin kind of piling your chests onto the shore. You look up on top and you see two faces already looking down at you, wearing nicer armor than the last time when you guys left. Notice the guardsmen had kind of upgraded their gear a little bit. There's a longbow with an arrow just knocked on it, not drawn or anything, but held kind of at the ready to go to full draw and fire at you guys if need be. You hear a voice kind of yelling from up there. Who goes there?
Whose voice is that?
Not anyone you've recognized. Seems like a random. Seems like Rusty's standard guard A voice.
Henchman
Come on, that's not the greeting that we deserve.
Hello, it's us.
Who goes there, please?
I cast light on Gregory's head.
These nuts.
On these nuts. Okay. You cast light, and light immediately fills this dark cave. Both of the individuals have to kind of put their hands up and cover their eyes.
Just light, not daylight. I can't trip light.
Yeah, oh yeah. No. Still bright light in a fucking in a dark cave where they've been chilling for the last several days. It's an adjustment, so they kind of like startle their eyes back a bit. What the fuck you do that for? You could have just answered.
Sorry, yeah, you're right. It's Stanislav and the gang.
Was that so hard?
Surprise! It's always a test.
That mean we should shoot you because you didn't say the password.
Oh.
I will end you.
I'm joking. There's no password. Get up here.
That does seem like something we would have forgotten.
The clanking of coins becomes louder to them as I ascend.
You see them kind of like eyeing you suspiciously as you guys are hauling chest upon chest upon chest up these stairs. Seeing familiar faces as you do, just in like the kind of random guards. That main central area where you guys had been training your small fort or garrison or whatever has grown. There is now several, not quite buildings. There's not really any need for them here, but like in the old frames of the ruined structures here, you see bunk beds that have been built. They've effectively turned this into kind of a cavern garrison type area. Yeah. There's a campfire where people are cooking meat and everything. It's going good, Rad. Welcome in, buddy. There's an array of individuals in line doing their training exercises already. Their last exercises before they break off for the night. And you see even in that group some of the familiar faces that you trained, Mantuka and Stanny. Though, like I said, armor has some of them wearing some upgrades, still pretty ramshackle, thrown together, random kind of mismatches of gear from wherever they can find it. But it looks like they've been putting a little more time and effort in. You also notice the numbers have expanded. There's quite a few more people here. What's up?
Stanislav, as he's seeing all these people, he just kind of shouts out, "Where's my favorite one-armed elf?"
Roll me a perception check.
Honey, we're home.
Honey, we're home.
Nat 1, let's go.
Oh.
You don't hear a damn thing. Though as you yell it, everyone stops their drill to look at you. You see some of the people who recognize you kind of lighten up a little and smile, quickly wave their hellos to you, and then the drill instructor, a new individual than the one you left in charge when you guys left, seems to like order them back and whip them right into shape. He like slams his spear onto the ground, kind of just clanking it against a rock there, and they all quickly kind of snap back to attention and start repeating their drills over. He looks over at you, and you do recognize this was someone you trained previously. It looks like he was promoted at some point. He just nods at you knowingly and carries on drilling them. You guys lug your treasure into the main room. As you do, you find the sanctuary now completely different than you remember it in the couple weeks that you guys have been gone. The population has begun to expand. There are groups of people gathered in different corners, all going about their days. Some people selling some food and different wares. The sanctuary has begun to transform as the rebellion has grown in number in your absence. You see that kind of side room where you guys had all your meetings and stuff before. Now has two guards wearing very nice elven armor. Definitely some brothers from the Elven Brotherhood guarding the entrance there, where you know the commanders of the rebellion to spend their time and meet. And it appears like the door has been closed there in some kind of meeting or something right now, and these two individuals are just standing with their backs to the door. As you make your way towards them, they cross the spears. No entry today.
I have some pretty important news for the higher ups.
Yeah, what's that?
Revolving a certain somebody who we're trying to prevent bringing back.
He looks over at the individual next to him. You know these guys? The guy's like, nah. They don't seem to recognize you.
Oh, they're new.
Oh yeah. These are brand new faces. There's entire new recruits here who have no recollection.
Shit, we got the trainees.
The trainees.
I just kind of look at Mantuka and take a step back.
Oh.
We were told not to let anyone in.
Do we really need to break up? Like I'm all for it. Like I'll do it. But you can't put the genie back in. But anyway, like, is this like a, hey, this has to not go down? Like, can they finish their meeting? Like, why is the bull being reasonable?
He's the reasonable. I get advantage from a variant. Thank you. I'm gonna need it tonight.
I'm gonna assume they're like legit having a meeting and let them have their meeting. Like,
okay.
Damn.
I guess we could go down into our rooms. I'm looking over at Mantuka and just like, what the hell is going on?
Here, and you decorated it with love.
Yeah.
You guys did have a long few days of sea travel. But yeah, it looks like the door's closed up. They've been given orders not to let anyone in. You guys haven't really done anything to,
that's fair.
You know.
Well,
like
we'll come back later.
I'm tired. I'm like fucking sea legs. Like, fuck up. Give me a moment.
We'll come back later, but can you tell them that Stanislav, Gregory, and Mantuka are back, please?
We'll tell them as soon as they're done.
I'm just gonna rip off one of my bear traps and throw it on the ground. Now they will know I was here, and then just walk away.
Is that a bear?
Yeah.
They'll know. Trust me, they'll know.
That's his calling card.
He just stands there and kind of goes back to his guard duty.
Wet bear.
I'm gonna go back to trying to find Linax.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll me a perception or investigation. Your call.
I'll help.
Or persuasion if you're asking around. What are you doing to look for him? Mantuka, you're going to bed? What's your plan?
No, not right away.
What's your plan?
Right away.
Well, it's pretty late, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to find a bootlegger if there's one, or if the inn's still open. I would like to get some alcohol.
Oh yeah. No, there is the mess hall. Is just kind of to the north of where you guys currently are. So as the party, Stanislav and Gregory going off to find Linax, you kind of make your way up to the mess, and you find it pretty damn busy. It's basically packed. Everyone's winding down. There's a small, kind of haphazard bar set up. It's nothing too fancy. It's basically a table with assorted booze and someone standing behind it selling it and like putting coins and like those, like, you know, when you go to like a fucking event and you pay, and like it's like a high school hockey game where they have the little tin to take the coins and shit and everything.
Yep.
And that's basically but they're
50s and
yeah,
stuff.
they're selling like just a single keg,
50-50.
single keg of warm beer, warm ale, and then some ciders and other things. But it's fairly standard. You make your way over. You see the familiar, large chef individual who you met before. What's his name? Barilar, just the very big barrel-chested chef who was teaching Gregory how to cook, and everything in his kitchen is currently serving drinks.
Oh,
the
yeah,
kitchen
that fucker.
is all closed up, and they kind of have like a little buffet set up. So he's just like, he recognizes you as you come. He's like, "Oh, haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you."
I get it. I'm still alive. Yes.
Well, we're glad. What can I do for you?
A sippy cup to go.
One sippy cup to go for the Minotaur. He goes.
So I just want like a Bubba keg. If you remember, do you remember those back in the day? The Don Cherry like Bubba kegs.
Like the Heineken mini.
I remember.
Like
I remember the Heineken mini kegs. Those I remember.
Yeah, same thing. I just want like something a little bigger than that. Just a nightcap.
He grabs a glass,
Heineken medium,
like
keg.
a standard kind of hand carved wooden glass, and then he kind of clocks you looking at it with a disappointment, and just reaches under and grabs a fresh cask. It's wine. but it is a fresh cask of it, and it just puts it down in front of you. It's about the size of a Heineken mini keg.
All right.
Tell you what, since I'm so glad to see you, and it's been a while since you've been back, and I made a pretty good profit today. We'll say that one's on the house. How about that?
I will slide him a gold just for him with the winky finger gun, and
you watch him
take
slide
my
it
bubba keg.
off the table, and instead of opening the tin and putting it in there, he just pockets the gold himself and slides the wine jug over to you. Enjoy. And maybe if things quiet down, I'll come over and you can give me a drink. We'll call it even.
I'd probably get there sooner than later, but challenge accepted. As I'm walking.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. He sees you, and you just hear this the laugh. Just. Yeah. There's not gonna be any of that left from me. That's fine.
No.
That's fine. He just grabs his
Mama's
glass
jiggle
and
juice.
takes a little sip, puts it down. Where are you going with your wine? Are you just wandering around with this?
No, I'm going to my fucking awesomely decorated room, unless a
You
family's moved into
just
that.
slowly start
that wasn't
walking, making your way down the kind of spiraling area down to your bottom level. I don't. It's not an apartment, but home, I guess, where you live. With
War
your party.
chamber?
Headquarters. We'll say headquarters. Party headquarters. One thing you notice on your way down between your massive sips of wine is that there are new areas that have been carved out. Some nicer than others, but it looks like there has been expansion happening. New homes have been carved in. You see that telltale kind of dwarven architecture. It looks like some of the dwarves here that came over when you guys met with them first have decided to take up residence as well here and have been helping improve the place. All in all, the general atmosphere is greatly improved here. There's kind of a happy feeling in the air. You see some kids running around and enjoying themselves, some swimming in the pools of water that kind of pool up in the bottom there. All in all, it seems like the place has been doing fairly well. You find your way into your headquarters to the room that Gregory decorated so intricately for you. And you just kind of sit back, lean back in your bed for a minute, kind of just two-handed, sipping out of the jug of wine, just put it back down onto your lap. While you're doing all that, you guys are looking for Linax.
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead.
It's sort of late. Let's go to his place.
That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
This place looks just like it's... I was kind of worried about it when we left, but now, jeez. I almost feel like we should just leave it. Wait, what?
It's thriving.
Yeah. I think it's a good sign that we're on the good side,
Definitely.
All right, let's go find that one-armed son of a gun.
Yeah, so what are you doing? Are you just kind of wandering around hoping to find him? Or are you asking around? What's the game plan?
Well, first we're just going to go to his place. Where he
Yeah.
sleeps and stuff.
Well, you kind of make your way down around the corkscrew, making your way down to
Obviously, keeping an eye out for him while we're going, but...
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a perception check as you do. You eventually kind of making your way down to it, and you get up to the solid sandstone door that slides out of the wall and covers the entrance there. It is closed, but partially ajar. It looks like he maybe didn't close it all the way at one point. So no one catches anything. Gregory, one thing you do notice is there is an abundance of new faces. You're trying to pick out people you recognize here, and it's now the newcomers outnumber greatly the number of people who were here before. The population went from probably 15 people at the start, and plus all the people you had liberated, to a growing population of maybe 100 or more. It's
Wow.
pretty substantial. You guys have been putting the work in.
Damn.
Even as you're walking down, you look in between the houses and see new carvings of these long hallways, similar to how your guys' headquarters was built in between two buildings. And it looks like they've expanded pretty far back into the mountains and everything. You arrive at Linax's place, and you kind of see the sandstone door partially ajar. There is no light coming from inside.
Be like, "Oh, Linax!" Through the crack.
No answer.
Why would he be this late? Maybe he's eating?
I don't know. It's a little weird that he didn't. No, it's probably fine.
Yeah. Well, let's maybe just take a walk around. We gotta wait for that meeting to get over anyway, or whatever's going on in there.
Yeah. Maybe he's in there.
Oh, shit. Yep, that's probably it.
Okay, well. Let's go get some food, I guess. Maybe drop all our stuff off and then go get some food.
Shit, I can't turn into any animals. I was like, or we sneak in. No. What?
That's
Real
possible.
tired.
That's possible.
It's been a long day.
Let's go get some chow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys bring all the treasure down to your offices and get it all secure there, and then go get some food. As you guys are on your way back up, you see Mantuka making his way down to you very nonchalantly, just casually two-handing this jug or this small barrel of wine that he's got for himself. You guys just kind of
I
cross
just chuckle and nod at him.
Yeah, as you guys kind of just quick nod as you walk your way back up. You make your way to the mess hall. You see what I described to Mantuka, just a full room crowded with people all talking and enjoying the evening amongst each other. You see different groups kind of settled in, kind of factioning off with each other. You see some elves tucked into a corner, some groups, and you see some mix and match happening at the other tables, but there's kind of like a buffet spread out, very simple, just cuts of meat and some fried potato or some baked potatoes type stuff, and it's just a very simple spread of hearty food, side of gravy and everything. So you guys can grab a pretty hearty plate if you want, get yourself all done up, and you guys have yourself a couple plates of food. Do you want to eat them down here, go over here, and go back to your house with Mantuka? What's the plan?
Yeah, let's go back to the rooms, and we'll just eat. And we told them to come find us when they're done, right?
Yeah, it's getting a little bit late though. We might have to have a chat in the morning.
Yeah. I hope that it's nothing bad that's going. Maybe it's just like a monthly meeting
Or a strategy meeting of some kind.
Yeah.
Planning, who knows, right?
Exactly.
Neighborhood
Nothing
watch.
to be worried about. Yeah.
Okay, you guys kind of go ahead.
Oh no, yeah.
Okay. You guys wander back down to your apartment where you find Mantuka sitting in his room, door open, feet up, just drinking out of this jug of wine. You guys can sit and enjoy your food as you'd like. If you guys want to do anything amongst yourselves, you got a chance while you wait for the meeting to end. Otherwise, we'll just get to that. It's up to you.
Let's eat in Mantuka's room. That's where I put the big table.
The Mantuka table. The man
He's gonna
table.
come over and knock on his door. Mind if we join you, big guy?
No response. There is an open bear trap at your feet though, and I'm just kind of just like, I've fashioned some type of reed system as a straw. I don't know where it happens. It just happens.
Just drinking casually out of the straw while the wine is on the counter.
And I'm just
that's
like,
a table.
Sure.
Gregory just thinks to himself, there's a language with these bear traps, and I'm gonna decode it. I'm gonna do this. I know it.
Stanislav's curiosity is getting the better of him. He's never seen a bear trap go off before. And gonna grab the small knife that he has. Just gonna kind of hold it over it and drop it.
Damn, I was hoping you were gonna put your foot in it. So
Hell
as
no.
you drop it, the trap just snaps shut as the weight of your dagger hits that center trigger, and it snaps. Like that would likely be enough to break the bone in your leg if you were to get caught in it. It was pretty
Like
substantial.
jumps back, surprised like.
Yeah, like the blade of the dagger where it got closed on is kind of like chipped, and it's like the handle itself is missing a piece, like a small chip out of the end that got
It's
caught.
not even a dagger. It's just like a small.
It landed point and then kind of fell down, so the back end of the handle kind of got a piece clipped off of it. But for the most part, like that would do a substantial amount of damage in a fight. It's definitely not something you want to be messing with.
If you want, I could sign you out one. I want it back, but I could, but at night, bada boom, sneaky, fuck you. I don't get stabbed in the back.
Right.
Pretty good, but I think that they'll let you handle those. Don't want to lose a limb.
Same. I mean, I become a lot of the animals that those things were invented for, so I feel kind of uneasy around them, but I see that they are going to be very useful in the right hands. The right hands.
You said animals that those were used for. Stanislav was like, those were meant for hunting?
Oh, yeah.
Human hunting.
Well, not no.
I hear
I guess you
that
could hunt any-
sometimes they use them to hunt bears.
Human
You
bears.
look
Does that
around
come
and
from
see.
behind us?
Yeah, you look around and see in the door, and you see a very familiar purple-skinned tiefling, Ilsevere, your brother.
Very true.
He's kind of just leaning there, looking at the trap, smiling at you guys. I'm a little offended you didn't come find me right away when you arrived. I'll be honest. It hurt my feelings. It cut me real deep.
Were you in the room?
No.
Oh.
And
It was-
Stanley just looks at him, shakes his head, and basically like runs up and picks him up for a big bear hug.
He just like puts his arms back as you're hugging him. He's like,
Yep.
forgot all about me. Just forgot about little old Ilsevere. It's fine. It's okay. And he puts his arms back around you. I missed you. He kind of like pushes you off.
Oh, I missed you too, brother. I let go of him finally.
I was taking care of people in the infirmary. I've been keeping busy.
Of course.
Figured as much.
New people arrive every day, with them sick and wounded, and those people must be tended to. So I guess I've become a bit of a doctor.
Well, maybe that was always your calling.
Very much needed here.
Well, little stressful.
I have this gangrenous boil. Do you want to take a look at it?
I think I'll leave that for the other guy. No, I think the other guy
I've
can
been
handle
licking
it.
it.
I don't
Lots
do
of
maybe-
saliva.
Don't do that. That sounds bad.
It actually makes it so much worse.
Yeah, that's a horrible idea.
It's running
I'll
down my left cheek.
I think I'm going to leave.
immediately.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. I'm going to leave your ass boil for the other guy. I don't. I don't.
So you're not the ass
I'm
boil?
not. I'm not qualified. I apologize. I'm woefully unqualified.
I'm gonna have to be the other guy. I know it.
Anything
Okay.
mending mouse could do.
You want to make sure you squeeze from the base.
From the base.
It's my fucking leg. There is no piss of that.
Well,
Well, it's good to see you, brother.
it's good to see you too. What? So what have you been getting up to? Tell me all the. Tell me the tale. And he goes over and kind of grabs a piece of meat off one of your plates and starts eating it.
It's fine. Well, and I go on to basically regale him with the tale of our trip to and fro the north.
So you made new friends.
Seems so, yeah, in quite a few different places.
And a lot of money.
I can, and he kind of looks at all the chests that have been piled on the floor. I can see that. I hope you were planning on sharing.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Don't you worry, and
he
I
goes
open up
over
the
and
top of the
opens one of
big
the
chest.
chests and starts grabbing some coins for himself. Those are nice, and he puts them back down. He doesn't really need. He doesn't do
Indeed.
the money thing so much, but
I have this here, and I pat and then open the big chest. This is all set aside for the cause.
his eyes go wide. No, I've never really seen the appeal of having that much money, but I think I'm starting to.
It kind of grows on you.
And it does. It does. It's noble of
Close
you
the
to
lid.
bring some back for the cause.
Speaking of the other things that are growing currently,
Oh my god.
this
Enough.
boil.
Enough with the ass boil. Okay, I'm over it. I'm not helping you with the ass boil. Okay, it's not happening.
Suck the venom out.
I assume
All right,
leadership
all
is,
right. You know what? If it's the last time you talk about it, I'll help you. I'll help you. Okay, turn
I
around.
like those odds.
Let's see ass boil.
100%.
Let's see ass boil. Turn.
I fully expose ass boil.
His eyes just go wide. That is substantial.
You can see where the licking went absolutely horribly
Yep.
wrong.
No, I can see that.
Yeah.
There's no fur there
Actually,
left
went
at
against
all.
the grain. It was confusing.
There's no fur. It's just bald.
Yeah.
It's
Just like a
okay.
hairless cat.
You other.
Stanislav guy.
He points to Gregory. You other guy. I need your help.
I knew it.
Stanislav is straining, imagining how Mantuka licks his own ass cheek.
I'm gonna make it a medicine check. I'm not gonna go into describing all of this, but as he quickly grabs the medical kit from the other room and comes back with a tube.
I've never had a more disgusting fade to
He
black.
approaches the thick, luscious
yeah.
ass cheek of Mantuka.
Just a tube and a fucking vial,
Inside
like a jug
inside
to fill it
cheek.
all. And he's gonna make a medicine check with advantage from a varian to drain your ass boil.
Your upper outer thigh.
He got an 18!
It's because
Oh my
I
God.
was swimming. Bulls don't swim.
Plus
This is what
Ilsevir's
happens.
medicine check. Okay, so we're gonna fade to black. So the evening ends as the meeting's going on. You guys all watch as Ilsevir just goes over with Gregory's help, handles Mantuka's ass boil. Yeah, literally like a fucking Dr. Pimple Popper video, but just handles that. I need a Constitution save from Gregory and Ilsevir. Just real quick, because that is fucking
me?
foul.
Ass juice.
No, because Ilsevir's
Dex
like his
save.
face is next to the fucking ass cheek.
They can both add +4.
No deck save, just a con save. Oh, we popped an ass boil on stream. That's a new one, guys.
Fuck yeah.
I'm giving myself disadvantage.
You still get 11.
No, we don't want it. No bonuses. You can't prevent the ass boil. Both Gregory and Ilsevir throw up in their mouths a little bit and kind of have to step away. But there you go. That was exciting. And we're gonna fade to black there as you guys all just stand around and look at the disgusting events that have just unfolded around you. And you all tuck in for an evening's rest, so you can all go ahead and hit that long rest button with the image of Mantuka's ass boil being burst fresh in your minds. And we're gonna do the same thing to the viewers, because this is where we're gonna take
You're
our
all
break.
welcome.
Enjoy that mental imagery. We will be back in 10 minutes to continue where we left off. And yeah, this went places. It's just say yes. You say yes. You gotta say yes when one player's like, I have an ass boil, will you help? You gotta say yes. So we'll be back in 10,
Are you
guys.
there, God?
Yeah,
It's
no,
me,
no,
Gregory.
he's fucking abandoned us, dude. He's not here. All right, we're taking a break. See you guys in 10. Bye. All right. What's
Let's
up? We're
do
back.
it.
Hell yeah, I'm fucking pumped. Not much just getting to bed. Hell yeah, we are just getting into part 2 of our D&D stream tonight. It's been a good one. I hope you're doing wonderful. Hope you're having a lovely day. Excuse me. The party have been hard at work. We've been on a hell of an adventure, and we have just now finally returned to our home. We have all tucked in for a long rest. Stanislav had a long-awaited reunion with his brother Ilsevere, yeah, we can pick up the next morning. So if you guys all want to, go ahead, smack that long rest button, so you can get that shit done, get all your spells and HPs and everything back, and we can pick up from there. The following morning, as you guys are all kind of just awakening, no daytime sun to wake you up, just that feeling in your body that it's time to awaken as the morning has come. It's a bit of an off-putting feeling living in ground. I have disadvantage from insomnia. Thanks. Too bad you weren't here right before the break when we popped Mantuka's ass boil. Yeah. So, Mantuka, you wake up and you feel significantly lighter on your left side, being that that's the side the boil was on. You were busy. You're good. I'm just saying. There was nice. We did some medical procedures. It would have been really funny if I had failed them. So, you guys all awaken to the familiar smell of Ilsevere preparing a small meal in your kind of living space there in the small kitchen that has been set up. I need to actually furnish this place, but your kitchen's this back room over here. You guys moved in and there was no furniture, and none of you have really remedied that because there's nowhere to buy furniture. So it's a very empty apartment. Yeah. You guys are like cardboard box living at this point, apart from the bedrooms.
Our rooms are really nice.
Yeah, you do have really nice bedrooms. The following morning, though, you awaken to the smell of cooking food, and you all make your ways out of your room, and you find a very familiar figure. You can see just from the back the long kind of light blonde hair and the reflection of a steel left arm kind of catching the torchlight. He's just leaning, looking into the kitchen, apparently having a little bit of a conversation with Ilsevere. And it roll me an insight check if you want.
Anyone or just him?
Anybody, all of you.
All right.
Freezies.
Oh,
20.
Oh damn. Okay. So it is. You pick up right away that it's kind of a tense conversation. You pick up little details. They're talking low enough, like they didn't want to wake you up, so they're kind of whispering. If you want to try and perception check, you can hear what they're saying. But the tone that you're hearing from Lynax and then the responding tone from Ilsevere is tense. There's a weird tension to it.
I'm not gonna try to eavesdrop. I'm just gonna walk in.
Okay. You walk in and like immediately the conversation kind of comes to a halt as they notice you've arrived. Lynax looks up at you and immediately smiles and just very quickly opens his arms and steps in to lay a hug on you. It's good to see you, my friend. It's been too long.
So good to see you too.
I'm glad you all made it back safely. I'm sorry I wasn't around last night. The meeting ran well into the early hours, and still haven't slept. But I've got to make sail pretty early this morning. I just wanted to stop in and check in.
Sorry, is everything okay?
Things are great. Things are just busy. Things are moving quicker than we had anticipated. I'm sure you've noticed how much the place has already grown in the short weeks you've been away. It's
amazing, to be honest.
People arrive on the regular, and I apologize for the secrecy last night. We were meeting with some individuals that it's very important that their involvement is not known among the common rank and file. To be honest, the numbers have been growing fast enough that we have concerns for the security of things, so we're doing what we can to keep things on the hush-hush for now. Information is valuable. After breakfast, perhaps we can step into the room upstairs where he kind of looks around and goes to the front door and just slides the sandstone. Here should do fine. I trust we're in trusted company, I believe. Kind of looks around, sees no one else with you. We have been meeting with various members of various guilds throughout the region. We've now have a foot in the door with the Gambit, thanks to Rares and his efforts. That has been no small benefit to us. Despite your brother's objections, it has proven a valuable ally. And you just hear your brother kind of pipe up. I don't think we should be allying ourselves with thieves and murderers, but that's just me. That's just me thinking logically and all, you know. Does anyone want some bacon? Bacon? Anybody?
I would absolutely love all of the bacon, or just
brings
just
over
I would also
a
like some bacon,
pile,
please, brother.
a pile of breakfast meats. It's like bacon and sausage and everything. Some roasted potatoes still. There's a lot of roasted potatoes in this community. He just brings it over, puts it on the table. Just saying we need to be careful about who we choose to associate with because it is dangerous. Orange juice? Anybody? Juice?
Yes,
juice.
to both points.
He's like having an
Not all
argument
heroes
and
wear capes. Yes, please.
casually serving you guys your breakfast and just being very, very snide with Lineax for a bit.
You do have a good point, brother, but would you rather them be on our side or the enemy's side?
That's true, but if the enemy... I'm sorry, wrong voice. That's true, but if the enemy decides to pay them more, we could be in trouble. The problem with thieves is they are purchasable. They sell their monies. Mercenaries have a bit more of a reputation to uphold, so they tend not to betray people as readily, but unfortunately the Black Fang is mostly employed already. Off to bed. Thanks, Boofa guy. Thanks for hanging out, dude. I appreciate you.
Speaking of them, well, I would have told him about them, but I'll tell Linux now too. Yeah, they. Speaking of the Black Fang, we had a little encounter with them on a trip.
You fought the Oculi, the Tacit.
Oh, right.
Black Fang. Black Fang are the mercenary guild that works for the Imperium. Also, but yeah, now he gets you, and he's like, and you notice your brother at this point kind of go a shade. He gets a shade pale with the purple. And go ahead if you want to roll me an insight check on that. Be my guest. But like your brother gets noticeably paler as you start.
It sounds
talking
bad,
about
but
the
we actually managed to fight them off for the most part. Only one of them survived.
You guys can roll on that too if you want to on the insight check. He noticeably changes his demeanor as the subject is brought up. Damn, you guys suck. You guys are the worst. He quickly, his passive-aggressive kind of friendly serving you lunch while laying into Lineax's demeanor fades pretty damn quick. And you detect almost a change in personality almost. It's something threw him off about that, and he turns and brings the meat, or brings a bunch of stuff back to the kitchen, a bunch of clean, empty dishes that were used previously, and starts cleaning them. He shut up pretty fast on that. Lineax kind of clocks that for a second and goes back to you guys. And along with that, we've made allies of some small mercenary groups coming out of the other kingdoms. As you well know, the elves are involved. But most importantly, and he leans forward here, just as if someone could be listening in this very enclosed stone space, we've struck a deal with the Tempest Consortium. And we have ourselves a fleet.
A what?
A fleet.
That's incredible.
Very good. Mm-hmm.
As you know, well, if you didn't know already, they've been at war with the Imperium for several years already. Their resources were beginning to stretch rather thin, and we stepped in to fill in the spaces that they needed. As you well know, the good Captain Silvos has left us. He's off to join their ranks and act as a in-between for us and them. Other than that...
Well, him and his crew were amazing to us on sea.
Yes. Tell me more about this attack. I'm curious.
Well,
tell me everything about this attack. I'm worried.
It happened at night, which is to be expected. They killed as many of the crew as they could find before they got to us, I guess, to make it easier. And I tell him like extensively about the battle, the participants, and especially the one that got away. the flying crow man, something like that. He managed to escape.
Well, you guys
We
killed
did
him.
manage to take out the rest of them.
You killed
Oh, we
that
did?
guy too, yeah. He flew away,
Oh.
and then y'all lit him up from like fucking 80
Right.
feet out, and he sunk into the
Right.
ocean with all his loot.
All right.
Yeah, you murked him.
We managed to take out the whole attacking party, but it wasn't easy.
Is this your first time encountering them?
No. It might be the last now.
I doubt it. This is a concern, of course, but bright side is I don't believe they
Honestly-
know you're here.
I don't think they would. And honestly, if that was their best that they have, then any further attack isn't going to be as strong.
At that point, Elsevier kind of brings out another plate of this for him, like just some diced fruits and things that he's prepared. If you're still alive, it wasn't their best. Nowhere close.
Good point.
What do you know about them?
DM, I'm trying to remember what I do know about them. It is a decent amount, isn't it?
Yeah, you specifically, like you, Chris, or you,
Yeah.
Stanislav?
No, Stanislav. Obviously, I
you
don't
know what everyone knows is kind of the standard
Yeah.
ghost stories about this guild of
Yeah.
assassins called the Oculi Tacit, who reside somewhere in the Imperium and have locations throughout the entire continent. They're almost like, they're almost a ghost story. Like their confirmation of their existence is strange. For you to have killed as many as you have is unheard of. You do know, and this might. Your brother at this point kind of starts explaining. You're familiar with to whom I pray, yes? Kelemvor.
Of course, yes.
Let's just say we serve the same master. Granted, they are a little more militant in the way they go about things, but
Praise Mogus.
they serve the Lord of Death. They're Assassin's Guild dedicated to the worship of the god that they feed souls to on a daily basis.
Well, that makes a little bit more sense now.
Tell me more of this soul god.
Kelemvor is the Lord of Death, neither evil nor good. Resides over the domain of death. He takes upon all souls who enter there.
Interesting.
And
I mean, you could just like mulls this over.
my job,
Solid.
as you all know, is to send people to the God of Death in peace. And make sure that people have a gentle passing when I can. And on occasion, dispatch a foe there a little more forcefully. But them, they serve the prayers. Someone prays that they want somebody dead, and the assassins make it so.
That's intense.
Believe me,
Is there
when I
like a
tell you-
secret handshake? I've thought of a lot of people I wish were dead, and they're fucking still fucking alive.
You need to think on it. Pray on it every single night. Feel it inside you. Let it grow. And perhaps one day your prayers will be answered. And then they will come for payment. Only after the deed is done. And whatever they demand, you will pay. One way or another.
See, that's bullshit. That's why I just go kill my own stuff. You can't like worry about anyone else and do whatever they want. You just go do it. You just go do it. Be a go-getter. Kill them. And if you can't, you wait and you just fucking fester. And then when you can kill them, you kill them.
It's hard for me to say I don't respect their work, but
And Duka's way is a bit more practical.
they are not an enemy you want to make.
Well, I would definitely say it's too late for that.
I think so.
One of you cuts me,
He kind of
right
just
for life.
loses himself. We got a weather check. 75. Okay, nice. You guys hear, coming from kind of outside your front door, just the sound of heavy rainfall beginning to hit the ocean waters that kind of fill into this cave right in front of your front door. Already through the thin sandstone door, you can begin to hear.
Fuck rain.
Denislav is so happy to be inside at this moment.
Oh yeah, not on a goddamn dinghy.
I'd like you all to be very careful. There is nowhere these people cannot get. Nowhere. They have their ways, and they have people everywhere.
We were on a ship in the sea, and they still managed to get on board without anybody seeing.
Easier than you think.
Fair.
This is a problem, but it is a problem for another day.
Agreed.
Linax kind of pipes in. Indeed, the leaders would like to speak with you when you're ready. Upstairs.
Of course.
Die with them. And I actually have a fair bit of gold for the cause, so I'll bring that along as well.
I had heard you made quite the entrance yesterday. Something about lugging chests through the halls. Very brave. We've naught but thieves here. And he smiles and makes his.
Oh, I'd like to see them try.
You could
Be
try.
funny, honestly.
Could try asking Rares. I'm sure he's getting a little desperate. And he follows you and he sees the chest that you have produced and it immediately just silenced. No witty reply to that. He just kind of takes in the wealth and everything. How much of that did you say was for us?
Oh, this chest, all of it. And I'm pointing towards the one that I have filled with 2,000 gold.
Okay, that changes things a bit. Do you mind carrying it upstairs with me?
No problem. Pick it up and start making my way.
He kind of makes to leave and then looks back at the pile of chests you also have with the rest of your loot in it and everything. I would lock the door.
Oh, good at that. Right. I go over to my chest and just pour it into my box.
Nice.
I've got this.
That works too.
Yup.
Times 5.
And then as we leave, I'm also going to cast Alarm on our door.
There you go. Very well done. Mantuka, what are you breaking now? Whoa.
What? No, I'm fucking doing my bear trap.
Oh.
Break it.
Oh, bear trap. I didn't understand what this was. I got it. Okay, so you bear trap your door. Got it. And we have an alarm cast on the front. You were led kind of by Linax out the front, and you see a bustling group of people here. There's a small building where some children have been gathered. Looks like someone's teaching them. There's a small kind of learning center for the kids and everything. Some parents kind of see them dropping off their children and going about their daily work. People kind of suiting up armor to go train for the day. What's up, Stanny?
I'm also going to just take a rag or cloth or something big enough, like a towel, and cover the chest as we're walking. It's not just obviously apparent that I'm carrying a fucking treasure chest.
Okay, so you lug this massive treasure chest up, but covered by a blanket, so it just looks like a treasure chest with a blanket over it.
That's smart. A, for security. B, it would just be audacious for us to do,
It's a little showboaty. How you doing, Jenna? Welcome in. You guys are led back up to the room, and you see a different set of guards this time standing out front. This time, 2 dwarfs, members of the Dwarven clan that are also taking up residence here. These individuals do recognize you. These guys have met you before. They were part of the troop that came in here. They just nod as you all pass and make your way in. And then you find yourselves inside a very familiar building. You guys have been in here a few times before. This is the... one sec, I can pull you guys over here. Boop. There you go. This is the...
Pass out flyers. Know these faces.
Yeah, you guys are all in here. And you kind of see a number of people all leaning over this central dais pedestal looking thing. Some kind of leaning with their hands down on it and talking across it to each other. Already pretty deep in conversation despite it being fairly early. You see Furo and Orlyle, the two elves who helped you lead the rebellion at the Adrock camp, sitting there talking. Orlyle at this point is just sitting back. And he's looking a little older. There's a tiredness to his face. He's not looking as bright and as lively and as you guys remember him being a few weeks ago, but it looks like the stress might be starting to wear on him a bit. So he's just sitting back with his cane between his legs, kind of leaning on it tiredly, shoulders just hunched. Meanwhile, Furo's leaning over the table, gesturing with his hands over a map and just talking very intently to a couple other individuals. You see Rares, the little halfling thief that you guys brought here, the member of the Gambit that you guys are representing. A couple unfamiliar figures to you are two women who are also in the room. One, an elderly elf woman, kind of long braided white hair, not entirely dissimilar to the way Ryan's is braided, but just like much longer, about down to the belly. And a weathered, tired look on her face, but a unmistakably kind smile. She's got this kind of very positive look on her face at all times, even while Furo is basically yelling at her or getting kind of more aggressive in his mannerisms. And then, in stark contrast to that, you see a young human woman with bright red hair and a fairly familiar face. Not someone you've seen before, but someone whose picture you have come in contact with. Actually, not Stanny or Mantuka, it would just be Gregory and Mr. Maker, who was slept in this morning, wouldn't you know it. Gregory, you see the face of one of the Druhilla family, the eldest member of the family, the daughter. Very striking resemblance to her mother, who you met as well. This is the eldest daughter, Yuria Druhilla.
I kind of like nudge Stan and Mantuka, and I whisper that.
Everyone kind of looks over at you all as you enter. The elven woman kind of smiles and takes you all in. You see Furo kind of look up. Well, it's good that you're back.
Good to be back.
Linex, like, they slept in a little bit. I'm sorry about that. They had a sleepy start. Furo's like, it's fine. We can, start a little later. No big deal.
Well, hopefully this can make up for it. I'm going to put the chest on the table.
His eyes immediately widen. Where did you find that?
Would you believe me if I
Under
said
a rock.
the bottom of the
Smiling ear to ear. Based on the very oceany smell that you guys are still carrying on you, having not showered after your sea ventures, he looks up and
smell
he's
like
like,
wet dog.
Yeah, I believe you. Excuse me. I need a sip of water.
This is all for the cause. I open the chest.
All of that's for us.
Should be about 2,000 gold in there, I think, if you count the little bundles.
Yep.
That is a lot of money. How
Hoping it can help turn the tides in our favor a little bit.
I'm sure it will. We need men, we need armor, we need weapons. That will handle it.
A lot of that.
He's dumbfounded for a moment.
Stanislav's kind of enjoying this.
Well, I guess a warm welcome to you all. I'm glad to have you back. This is Yuria, and you see the other woman there. That is Vea. The newest members of our little resistance here, and they've proved quite invaluable.
Very good.
Both nod at you silently. You can tell they're pretty pixies. We were just discussing our plans going forward. We have a few options, and we're not sure which ones to take, so we thought you might have some input. We now have a bit of a clearer path with that extra money you brought in. And that will help a lot. So,
what I was hoping for.
And he spreads a map out over the table. That's mostly of the Imperium. A little bit of the, the Kingdom of Eldris in there too, up to just above Southwatch. And as you're looking at it, you hear the kind of clank of some plate armor kind of rubbing against it, and you look over into the door, and you see another familiar individual who's fucking sheet.
Real quick, Stanislav is trying to remember his manners and introduces himself to the two women.
They nod and shake your hand for a moment. The kind of kind looking older woman just takes you in silently as she shakes your hand. The young woman's, it's a pleasure to meet you. We've heard so much. We're looking forward to moving forward and seeing where things go. And then, as the individual at the door comes in, you see a figure you haven't seen in quite some time, particularly Mantuga, you're very familiar with this individual. You see Kegon, the individual from Southwatch who first
Kegon!
hired you.
Yeah!
The guy who hired you.
Fuck is Kegon?
He's the one who hired you and introduced you to the party.
But Kegon! K-Dog!
K-Dog, what's up?
Predator handshake!
Yeah, dude.
Guy.
He goes up and he slaps you with it as he comes in. He's like an older man, black hair with heavy streaks of gray kind of mixing in there. It seems like one of their other partners has joined from Southwatch. He kind of nods. It's good to see you all. It's been some time.
Great to see you're still alive. The gods have a humor.
I knew when I sent you off with this group I was making the right choice, and it's good to see you've all thrived together.
Oh, he's saved our butts a lot of times.
I don't...
The paladin likes to wear his armor and go sailing.
That seems like a bad idea.
It was a very bad idea. Definitely almost sank to the bottom of the ocean if it weren't for the big guy here.
Well, before our rebellion sinks to the bottom of the ocean, you hear Lynax kind of cut into the small talk. We have some business we need to discuss. We need to figure out what steps we are going to take moving forward, and we need to discuss it now.
All right.
As you know, the dwarves have been hard at work in the desert, and we believe, if our spies are to be trusted, that they have found what it was they were looking for. Some temple that you told them about. That is good for us. If they have their hands on some kind of ancient weapon that can be used against the Imperium, I'm all for it. But, as far as we know, they haven't unearthed everything yet. They've just started digging, so we have time before we have to make any big moves. That being said, the time to start striking small is now. We need numbers, we need recruits, we need to start harming the Imperium in any way that we can. We've launched a few skirmishes here and there, attacking what supply lines we can. We've met with some success, but mostly failure. Our men are not yet trained enough to take on the forces of the Imperium in all their battles, but you lot have had a bit of better luck with that. So, we figured you might be able to help out. I'm not going to sit here and order you lot around. What do you think? What is your input on all of this? What would you like to do? He kind of points to the map. You see different drawings and lines and supply routes all marked out on it. How would you guys like to contribute? Do you have any individual ideas of things you might think would be useful or helpful for the rebellion? Anything like that? Now is the time.
Mantuga would be more kind of concerned about like supply lines and stuff like that, and how to like funnel the battlefield kind of like strategically as to not expose ourselves unnecessarily. If that kind of makes sense.
How do you say that to the party? Now is the time to strategize, discuss in character what you guys think the best routes forward are. You see a room full of people all looking towards you expectantly. They have all...
But the thing is, I don't know. Like, I'm not there, so I don't know their strategy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's the problem.
Well, I think that, the supply line, taking down supply lines is going to be very important, but I think maybe a slightly bigger strike, not a full-out battle yet, but I think doing something in Lycia could be important. Kind of a safe haven for them that they see as untouchable. And I think maybe getting in there, and there's a lot of slaves there, and maybe trying to let some of them out, start something there might be a good idea.
You want to break into the second largest city in the Imperium and free a handful of slaves?
What if...
Well, maybe
he smiles.
just a handful.
You see a smile immediately start cracking his face. I like it.
What if we didn't break in? What if we broke under? We could work with the dwarves.
You hear...
Looking down at my mask, I say, I've gotten pretty good at digging lately.
You hear the woman kind of pipe up. That won't be entirely necessary. Fortunately, as you remember, young Gregory, my family has a way in and out.
Oh, Oh, right.
You remember very explicitly, Ilsar led you through a
Right.
secret tunnel from his estate out of the city of Lysia when you first got there with him. After
Your
you
dad
and
is
Mr. Maker
pretty great.
murdered a mostly innocent shopkeeper in cold blood. And
I
then
did nothing.
left witnesses.
We don't like thieves.
You were complacent.
Do with that
We
what you will.
don't like
Do with that what you will.
thieves. Yeah, that's true. That's true, right? So, yeah, but I'm thinking, if we want to do something big, we might need a lot of big things, right? Maybe.
Give her the hydrate,
That might
JT.
That might be hard. But if anyone could do that, even above board, I think it'd be your dad.
Our stream crashed.
What?
We're back now. It says we've only been streaming for 3 minutes. People are gonna have to refresh to keep viewing and shit. That's fine. It happens.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes Twitch takes a little dump. Stanny, you got advantage from JT. JT, we back? We all good, baby?
I have 2 advantages now? Let's go.
Let's go. You can stack them, or you can give your second one to a friend. You can pass it right along. She kind of pipes up that there is in fact a way. Linax is that's one option. What else would you like to do? We need to discuss everything. We need to put it all on the table and decide what's best collectively. Keep in mind we can do several things. We can divvy up, we can split our forces as we need to.
Are there any representatives from the dwarves in this room right now? Me
Apart
asking
from the,
DM.
Apart from the 2 guards that were out front, no.
Steady
No,
turns
never mind.
towards the elven woman. How many of your forces do you think you could deploy towards interrupting supply lines?
Oh, they're not my forces, my dear.
Wait, DM, now I'm confused. Is she not the leader? Yep.
She's definitely an elf, and she's definitely at the leadership table. Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Who you banging, girl?
Wow, just assume she's sleeping with someone to get the authority position.
11.
Cancelled.
Pretty
Canceled,
privileged. You gotta
right.
use it if
It's
you
a
got it.
pretty easy thing to pick up right off the bat. She is not wearing any regalia from the Elven Conclave. She is an elf, but she seems mostly unaffiliated with the Elven legions at all.
Are the Elven Conclave leaders here?
Nope, neither them nor the dwarves are present. Just the people I mentioned. Keghan as well.
Okay. Well, we definitely need some sort of force to interrupt the supply lines. That would be crucial.
Well, small skirmish attacks would probably be best than mounting a full attack. They're not big supply lines. We're just not well enough equipped to handle them. He points to the gold. That might help. But you've stood toe-to-toe with the Imperium on several occasions, and for the most part, have emerged victorious. Sometimes with help, mind you, but victorious. I believe you could do it again if you needed to.
I'd be more than happy.
You lot are a small group, but you're powerful and you're very mobile. So whatever you decide, you'll be leading the charge. We can send forces with you. We have people in the group who'd be happy to help. Like people the DM have lined up to be special guests in the coming weeks and help you guys on your small adventures.
Perhaps not a large force, as that would probably be too easily detected, but a small group of skilled individuals would be good.
That would work.
Yeah.
Mantuka,
I have killing skills.
do you have leading
Well,
skills?
obviously you're coming, Mantuka.
Oh yeah.
Mantuka, have you led men into
Present.
battle yourself? As a leader, not just a warrior.
I have.
You have. Stanny?
I guess I have now, yeah? Yes.
Gregory?
I've really been a lot of a bystander lately in this, but I a little bit, yeah.
Don't worry, I've led a lot of people. It'll compensate for his. We're good.
Well, if you want to make a move on Lysia, I can put our agents towards figuring out the best way to make that a possibility. I think for now we think small, and once we have more information on that, we can make it happen. And before we do anything,
information's always good.
we need people in that town preparing them to escape. They need to be ready.
Mm-hmm.
We'll send what men we can. And we'll prepare. Now, he gestures to the map. We need to plan an attack.
There's some sort of depot or forge that we know about that we could hit.
We know there are 3 major supply routes through the Incendus Mountains and the Ember Steppe.
Okay.
All of them following main roads, occasionally having to branch off down the less traveled paths to save time. In the next week, there's 2 that we know about of value. One here, and he points. I'll pull up the actual map of the Magus Imperium for you guys here. So he points to... load in, please. So you guys know that you are just basically here in this bay, kind of on the backside of this mountain. So the first one he points to is one that is running along this road from Nisal back to the main road. Pretty big shipment there. And then the other one that he is labeled is one that is running from Tursa along past Blackhelm. Are the 2 he points out. As far as we know, those are the ones of major strategic value. They're carrying goods, weapons, and slaves. Everything we need at once. And better if we can get those we free to join our ranks. Perhaps, well, you understand how all that works. Our numbers grow. We can attack sooner.
Mm-hmm.
So,
perhaps it would be smarter to attack the one further away from us first.
Throw him off the scent?
Just in case.
it's not a bad idea.
True.
I'll trust your judgment. I'm giving you all command. Mantuka, you have the most experience as a leader. And you whip those soldiers into shape very well with Stanislav's help. I'm putting you in command.
Damn right.
Not of Stanislav, of the men. Stanislav, you'll take command under Mantuka. And when the time comes...
QRC take over.
When the time comes to split the brigade, you will have command of your unit, he will have command of his. Till then, follow his lead. Gregory, you will offer what support you can.
Sir, yes, sir!
Don't be a
Stop floating
bystander,
up.
but perhaps don't get too close to the fighting.
I know how to get oop, boop, boop, pop, gone.
Vivid description, I like it. Do you understand?
Of course.
Stanny, there's one more thing I need from you. While Mantuka is a skilled and experienced commander, he lacks your charismatic touch. So, while he's focused on commanding his men, I want you to do everything you can to find recruits along the way.
Absolutely.
Help swell our numbers.
I'm
Do what
slightly
you can.
offended by all that interaction.
I've just put you in command of a unit above him. Perhaps we to put the ego to the side for a bit and think about what's best for everybody.
I'm still relatively in character offended.
You'll be all right, big guy. Stanislav, you understand?
I do.
Good.
Manduka thinks empathy is spelled K-N-I-F-E.
You know your
Mr.
unit.
Baker, you can carry my jockstrap.
Damn. You know your unit. You've already trained them. And, well, they're waiting for you. He kind of rolls up the map, hands it to you. If you can hit both, don't be afraid to do so. Strike hard, strike fast. Get home safe. Hopefully by the time you're back, we'll have more concrete plans on how we're going to get you into Lycia. And if you come up with any ideas along the way, don't hesitate to bring them forward. He looks to the woman with the red hair. You need to get a hold of your father and tell him exactly what our plan is and see if he can do anything to help us along in the process. She's like, okay, I can do that.
And hey, do you think if I send along a little package, do you think your dad could send it to my dad?
Yes. Sure.
Fantastic.
Just leave it with me before I leave tomorrow.
Gotcha.
She smiles. The old elf woman. Well, I should be going. I have a lot of new faces to settle in. She kind of just smiles politely at all of you and nods. And goes off immediately. You see her head over to some groups of people who are looks like they're kind of wandering about aimlessly, and immediately starts getting them situated on where they can go. It's getting them familiar with places. It seems like her skill as a leader is very much in just people skills. Like, she's very much the voice of the people in this group at this point. She's kind of representing the more common folk and the less military training. She's kind of acting like almost like a matriarchal role. She's almost the mother of the rebellion in a sense. She's making sure.
Camp mom.
Yeah, she's making sure everyone is fed, everyone has clothes, everyone has a place to sleep, type shit, and she's pulling her weight in what way she can. But she is still wearing military, like, adventurer's armor. It doesn't look like it's seen a lot of fighting though. So.
Well, I do have an idea for. And I'm addressing like the group and everybody, how we can sort of hit both at the same time, or at least on the same trip.
Do tell.
Without fighting both. Perhaps we could use a little bit of how Mr. Maker collapsed the wall at the slave camp to close off one of the passages.
Dynamite, Roger.
Yeah, you know Mr. Maker is smiling right now, but you can feel him smiling in his sleep from the basement, several stories of sandstone below you. You feel a fucking smile creep onto Mr. Maker.
It just get colder in here.
Yeah, it's just like there's a noticeable change in the room temperature.
Smells like sulfur.
I feel financially taken advantage of.
I feel like that would be a pretty easy way to make it
Again.
At least a whole lot more difficult for them to make their way through there. And it would be really fast, too.
True. And you know what? If we can make it look like the same way that Mr. Maker did, too, the green and all that, might send a good message.
Yep. Indeed.
This revolution needs branding.
He does love a good brand. This is true.
Mm-hmm.
God damn. What's up, Resty? Welcome in, homie. How you doing? Linex is... Your men are waiting for you. Go and find them. You know where they are. Good luck.
Alrighty.
He nods, holds the map out to you guys with the trade routes on it and everything. And, like, looking at it now, you see it details, like, several Imperium trade routes. He just pointed out 2 of the major ones to you guys. Like, there's others on there you can investigate as you so choose, and you make your way out and kind of to that front entryway where you find a brigade of about 20 men, all standing ready to be issued commands by their command. All at the ready. You see Smelly at this point is kind of separated from you. He's kind of settled back into his own space.
Pardon me, DM?
He fucking goes over and starts talking to his peeps.
You mean Steel, not
Steel.
Smelly.
My bad.
Thank
I fucked up his name.
You wanted me to humanize him.
I'm sorry. So Steel is kind of like already talking to some of his unit. You can see he's been running drills with them already this morning in the little bit of peace and quiet he's had to just kind of get some training in himself. He sees you come in. Hey, boss. How you doing?
I'm going to call him over. Come here, Steel. And I'm just going to kind of break off from the group. Like, just kind of go to, like,
any second.
I guess kind of a more secluded area.
Yeah, there's kind of a couple. You kind of pull them over. And you guys all notice while he's doing this, there's like a small shop, a small stand kind of set up in one of the corners. Looks like someone's been selling some stuff. We'll get to that. Go ahead, Mantuka. Steel kind of follows you over. What's up, boss? I got your weapons close by. They're ready. I'm ready whenever you need them.
I love this dude.
You're doing good, Steel.
I try.
You're doing good.
I try my best.
Now it's time for you to make a choice. You've been with me. You've seen what we have to offer. I'm gonna give you something not a lot of people have given. A one choice. This is your choice. Stay with us till the end, or he kind of looks around. Continue training. Take a wife. Know there's some security. If there's any security. I'll give you the night. And with that, he just turns his back on him and just kind of walks away.
You feel a little halfling hand kind of just like grab onto the side of your fur and give a little tug.
Oh my god.
I just kind of like gruffly say, clean break, and then just kind of like lower my shoulder to kind of like get away the grasp and just walk away and just continue on.
Okay. As you kind of walk away, Steel takes a moment, kind of stands there and looks over.
You don't have to tell me.
I'm not telling you.
If you're not there.
I'm not telling you. I'm telling the viewers. Telling the people who want to know.
The peeps.
He takes a moment. He looks at your weapons and looks at the halberd you gave him that you've been training him with. And he walks over and he picks up his halberd. Kind of slings it onto his back awkwardly. It sticks out like an extra 3 feet above him. Then he walks over and grabs your bundle of weapons, puts them in his arms, comes stands right next to you and just holds them straight up. And that's all the answer you're going to get. And that is where we're going to wrap things up for today.
Oh,
My god, my heart!
That was a nice beat. So, we are going to, we're going to call it.
Steel loves us!
Yeah, well, there you go. We settle in. I want to thank you guys for playing with us. We're glad we have Chris back for some games. That was fun.
Hey.
That was a beautiful moment. Really enjoyed that. So, thank you, Rusty, for coming by. Appreciate you, JT, everybody. Let's fucking go. It was a good day. I feel like that's a good place to leave off. We're about 2.5 hours in. So we will be back next week for some fun adventures. And we will be planning a Christmas D&D stream. So stay fucking tuned for that. We're going to figure out something for that shit. I will be back tomorrow with Ryan in my house playing some kind of co-op games. Maybe Battle Block Theater. We don't really know yet. It's up in the air. We'll see what happens.
We're gonna play Super Nintendo Mario.
Super Nintendos. All right, guys. So we're gonna raid out to Kayla. She's playing some Overwatch, doing her thing right now. I'm gonna go judge the Overwatch too, because we can. Start raid. Hell yeah. So we will catch you guys laters. If you haven't already, swing into the Discord and join up there. Do the movie nights, hang out for some D&D and shit like that. Swing by the YouTube. This episode will be uploaded a week from today. You can check that out on there. Last but not least, do not forget to swing by Fire Mission Battery for all of your 3D printing needs from our good buddy Peter here. They got cool shit.
Come check it out. Always doing stuff.
They got cool shit.
You
Orc
never
face.
know what you're gonna see.
Fucking orc face. I love that. I love orc face. In the meantime, you guys know the whole spiel. I'll be back tomorrow. I have been Rusty. These have been my friends, and you all have been awesome. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Orc face,
Bye.